You're very welcome back. Our next guest captured the hearts of the nation with her emotional rendition of the Soul Doctors song N17 on New Year's Eve, leaving many of us eager to see what she would do next.
And she's certainly been busy with an album, TV projects and her first ever headline show. We're delighted to welcome the very talented Tolu Makay this morning. But first, let's take a quick look at the incredible N17 performance. Absolutely beautiful. Good morning to you. Thank you for joining us. I watched this again last night, and I joined a lot of people, including Graham Norton, and I was like a blubbering mess. And I think it's because of all the news at the moment with more lockdowns and stuff like that. It really just struck a chord, and I suppose that's what it is. It struck a chord with so many people across the country and across the world.
Yes, God, it's just, the reaction has just been, I don't even have the words. I've just been so stunned by it. I'm still taking it all in and I can't. It's so much to process.
Tolu, tell us why you decided to cover that particular song and how that collaboration came about. I would have remembered it from the first time round of the Soul Doctors.
Yeah, very different.
Quite, you know, almost like a very sort of up-tempo number. But actually, when you listen to the words, they do resonate, as Alan said, with so many people and cause such an emotional punch at the moment. So how did it come about?
So a friend of mine, Susan Scannell, was like, you need to do the song N17. You know, you've definitely heard it. But then she contacted me. She gave me the contact, Gavin Murray, who's part of the Current Set Orchestra. And he gave me the arrangement for the orchestra piece. And then I had to like sit down with the song for like a week because I had the N17 that the Soul Doctors, you know, had originally done in my head. But it was so different. And then when I had to look at the lyrics again and, you know, read it through, study it, and then sing it, it was, I felt like I had like tapped into something completely different. But yeah, who would have thought everyone would have connected it like that? It's just amazing.
And it's been so difficult for people in the arts since last March, and like you trying to, like breaking in and people becoming aware of you, and then everything stopped like for so many. How have you been finding it?
It's been challenging, but I have had to just keep doing like collaborations upon collaborations. And last year, my aim was to release an EP, which I did, called Being. I worked with the Irish Women in Harmony. I worked with the likes of Zaster, just like trying to consistently do as much work as I could in my bedroom and record as many things in my bedroom as possible. But, you know, as like everyone else, it was just difficult. And doing live streams is not the same as doing performing to an audience. And that was the thing that really hurt me the most, because, you know, when you're a performer, the number one thing you like is feedback, instant feedback, because it's like gratification that you just need, really. And that was just a letdown. But, you know, it's the times that we're in, and you just have to keep staring on, keep being positive, and release and create and just spread and share as much positivity as you can so that you can get that back in return.
Well said, Tolu. A lot of musicians that we would have interviewed on the show over the past 8 or 10 months have said, you know, half of them would say actually they feel quite stifled, and that they feel that the creative juices aren't running because they're not doing anything to write about it. And then the other half seem to have divine inspiration when they're in lockdown and to spend their days writing. How was that process for you?
I was all over the place. I did not have a structure. I had no clue what I was going to do. Most days I was like, listen, I'm going to stay in bed because I don't feel up to it. And I think that's totally acceptable and that's totally fine. I would not have a one way of, you know, or any expectations of how an artist should be living in these times. Whatever you feel it to the fullest, write it down, journal your experiences. You don't have to write it into a song. You don't have to make it into a poem. Just let yourself be.
And you are busy. You were on Tommy Tiernan's online series Vision yesterday. Tradfest coming up next week as well. So tell us about that.
Oh my God, Tradfest. Ooh, I'll give you guys a little secret. So it's gonna be, I'm gonna be performing a song with Delush, and I got to meet really amazing artists, like legends really, from Tradfest, which I'm so excited about for everyone to see. But on top of that, I will be co-presenting as well.
Fantastic.
My first time. So I'm really excited about that. You guys are the first ones that I've told. I'm yet to announce it, so that's good. But yeah, it's definitely
news.
something. Thank you.
It's going to be a very busy couple of weeks ahead for you. I'm just interested when you're talking about performing with trad legends. You can obviously turn your hand to any type of music, but what would be your personal favourite genre? I mean, who were the musical influences that you were listening to as a little girl?
Definitely gospel. That's like what I grew up in. Gospel music, African American artist. Yeah, a lot of Nigerian artists as well. And then a really strange like Cascada feel growing up from like Awfully, because they always like play radio growing up. So like I have like this weird mix of like songs and genres that I love. Classical music, Alicia Keys, Nina Simone, like these are just like my inspirations. Yeah, and then me.
I love that fusion.
Yeah,
and that's what makes you so
fusion.
unique.
And tell me, are you thinking of then, you're saying that you're sort of going to present as well Tradfest next week. Is that something that you might consider moving into?
I'm not necessarily moving into. If the opportunity is ever presented again, I'd love to keep doing this. But music will forever be my first love, and something that I will keep pursuing to the heights and greatest heights that I possibly can in my time. Because I have a lot of things I want to share, a lot of things I want to perform, and I'm excited to showcase that a lot more. So that will be my main focus.
Well, the world deserves to hear that beautiful voice of yours, and you're feeling really optimistic. And I love this when I hear artists planning shows. You've sold out a couple of shows already. You've added extra dates. Tell us about the shows during the summer. What's on the plan?
So my first ever headline, which I actually had a dream about in 2018, I'm finally executing it. Hopefully it works and, you know, falls into plan this year. So the first date is 28th of May, which is sold out, and then the 4th of June, which is also sold out, and the 5th of June, which is slowly, all the tickets are almost gone as well. So if you want to get into that, make sure you get your ticket on Ticketmaster.
I think there's going to be a renewed love of people able to enjoy the arts, to attend theatres, plays, music shows, gigs, concerts. We're all craving that feeling of being together and singing. Do you think so?
Honestly, definitely.
Yeah, and fingers crossed that it'll all go ahead. We all need something to look forward to. So listen, thank you so much for joining us this morning, and continued success. You're going from strength to strength.
Thank you, Tolu. Such a pleasure chatting to you.
And a reminder that tickets for the third date of Tolu's headline show this summer are on sale on Ticketmaster. And of course, you can have another listen to her rendition of the beautiful N17 on all digital platforms.
And you will get teary.
Yeah,
Such
you will.
Such an incredible voice that
it's
she has.
gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Now up next, we've got some beauty bits to lift your spirits during lockdown, so don't go anywhere. See you in a few.